Hello everyone, this is Ro and welcome to this video. So I want to wish you a warm welcome and thank you for watching today. So we have this cute little clutch wallet folio, at least that's what I called it. And it was just really fun to make, and we've got a lot of cool little features inside. So we just open it like this, and then it comes down like this, and I'll put it down here so you could see it. So we have two pockets down here that I just put some little cut up cards inside. So one, Welcome to Paradise. This is called Keep It Real. And this paper pad is called Floral Paradise. I got it from Joann's. And I'm going to use it also today for this tutorial. It says everything's going awesome. I couldn't agree more. So we have our two pockets here, and then here we have like a little brad closure that we go up like this, and then this pocket comes down like this, or this flap I should say, and it has like a pocket up top here. Just a couple more cut up parts that I put in there. This one, Life's a Jungle, Feeling Bright, and this, this is a little bit brighter than what I normally get, but it was fun colors to work with. So here we have this like accordion pocket here. It goes like this, and we have a pocket on top of it with some more cut up parts, pretty as a picture, and when nothing's going right, go left. So we have those, and then inside we have two little file cards so that you can kind of like, have little section it off in there, like little areas that you could do. So this is one of the file cards, and then we have another file card in here, and I love punching the little butterflies and stuff on my file cards. And then in here, in between them, I just put a couple more little fun cut up cards in there. So that's about it. So yeah, it's really fun. And this flap comes up. This closure holds it down, although this closure is completely optional, so you don't necessarily have to do it. Like if we didn't have it, it would still be just as cute without it, and would still come down, and you still have your accordion that has plenty of space to put a bunch of stuff in it. So yeah, let's go ahead and make it. I'm going to put this down so that I can close it. And it folds like that. I kind of did two lids. I did one first like this, and then I decided to put this lid over it. So you could do one or the other or both like I did. And then this is a butterfly embellishment that's from Joy Lee's. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Joy Lee's Boutique. I also picked it up from Joann's. So these are really cute. I loved these butterflies. And this one as well came in the same pack. All right, so let's go ahead and make it. And just in case you wanted the end measurements, when it's all said and done, it measures about 5 by about 5. So cute for Happy Mail, for gifts, or to store stuff in. Just really fun, easy project. So let's go ahead and grab our scoreboard. And I'm just going to use the Floral Paradise paper pad. This is what it looks like. I'm going to use it again for this tutorial. So we'll grab a sheet here, and the first one that we are going to cut is going to be 10 1/4 by 5. So we'll go ahead and make sure you could see this okay. All right, so 10 1/4 by 5. There we go, and we'll use these sheets later, so we'll put them to the side. And then we're going to turn this over to the 10-inch side, and we're going to score at 5 and 5 1/4. So 5, 5 1/4, and that gives us a little bit of gusset so we have some room inside. So we'll go ahead and burnish this. And I am using double-sided paper. I gather you could use single-sided, but I have not tried it with that yet, so I'm not sure as far as covering up the white space, but let's take a quick look and see. The white space would be pretty much covered except for up here and right here, so I think it would still be cute either way you go. All right, so now that we've burnished our little score lines here, now we're going to go ahead and make the accordion pocket that goes on the back right here. And this is also a good time to go ahead and round your corners if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so I don't forget. I don't know if I rounded the bottom. Let me see. Yeah, I did. So let me just go ahead and keep it close to the original. All right, so let's go ahead and make the sheet that we're gonna need for our accordion pocket here. So that one is 5 by 4. So I'm just gonna use this one. So 5 by 4. Oh, got something stuck in there. Okay, so we've got, let me see, make sure I cut that right. Yeah, okay, so we'll put our 5 by 4 sheet aside for now. And then we're gonna make the little pieces that go on the side of the pocket, our little accordion folded pieces. So we're gonna need 2 strips that are 4 by 3. So I'm just gonna use this one. So 4 by 3. And let me grab another one. Let's see if this one's gonna be big enough. Yeah, no, I don't want it to be too off. So this one is 3 by 4. So we've got our 2 4 by 3 inch strips, and then we're going to need 1 strip that is 5 by 3. So let me see, I think this is 5 by 3. I'm just going to roll with it. I think it's close enough. So our last one, 5 by 3. So we have 3 altogether. So let's go back and grab our 4 by 3 inch strip, and let's put it on the 3 inch side. And I'm going to need all the help I can get today with these because we want our little folds to be as precise as possible. So I'll turn that around. All right, so this is pretty easy. We're just going to score at 1/2 inch all the way across. So 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. Oop, my 2 came out really weird. Let's see, 2 and 2.5. So every 1/2 inch all the way across. So let me just do that again to make sure mine are okay. 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. Okay, I'll put that aside. Let's grab our next sheet. We'll put that, it's our 4 by 3 sheet. We're going to put that on the 3 inch side, and we're going to do the same thing. That way we can do all our burnishing at the same time. So remember, this is every 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one on the 3 inch side, every 1/2 inch. And 2.5. All right, there we go. Excuse me. So now we will take this one and we're going to fold away from us first and burnish. And here is a part where you definitely want to, you know, give it good burnishing with every fold for this one. I know a lot of times I tend to kind of rush through it, so I don't keep you guys too long, but this is definitely a part where we want it to be really precise and clean and lined up well. So there we go, and we definitely want to just, sometimes I play with it and just make sure that it's like even all the way across and nothing's kind of sticking out on either side. Okay, and then if you have any overage, you can cut that off. Mine looks pretty good, so I'll leave it like that. All right, we'll take our next 4 by 3 sheet and we're going to fold out first. Give it a burnishing. Fold towards us, then out, then towards us. And this is where my score line got really weird, so I'll have to fix that. I keep saying that I need to clean my scoreboard, but apparently I have not done that yet. So I'm just going to make sure it's lined up really well. Give it a good burnishing here. Okay, and now it looks pretty good. So we have these two that are the same size, and these are going to go on both sides of our pocket. So let's grab this bottom one. This is going to go on the bottom of our pocket. We're going to fold away from us, fold towards us on each score line, away, towards, and away. Right, and I'm just going to make sure this is looking good here and nothing's kind of, none of our ridges or, you know, poking out on either or side. And we're going to just burnish that really good. It's so relaxing. crafting is so therapeutic. It really is. It's why I started crafting, really. So, okay, so now let's grab that sheet that we just cut and, you know, choose whichever side that you want to be on the outside. So I like this one, so I'm going to turn it this way. This will be the inside of the pocket. And then this one's going to go on the bottom, and these two are going to go on the side. So what we want to do is the sides where we have these two cut edges are going to go towards the inside of the pocket on both sides. So it'll look like this. So yeah, these like cut parts are going to go there, and our mountains are going to face this way. And so we're going to glue it like this, glue this one on this side, and then we'll put this one on the bottom. So first let's do this one. Grab my glue. So I hope you guys had a great weekend and everything. Mine was pretty relaxed. It's actually a 3-day weekend around here because my girls are out of school. Mainly my younger one is out. So it's 3 days for them. All right, so I'm going to just glue this right here all the way to the end. We want to make sure it's lined up nice. And we don't want this sticking too far out of our pocket, so just want to keep an eye on that and make sure it looks cool that way. All right, so now that goes down there. So this one, remember, our cut ends are going to go in, right? These two little parts that are cut looking here. So we want that towards the inside of our pocket. Now this one, we're just going to kind of line up each one of these grooves with the other groove. So let me do it and I'll show you. And then we're going to push it all the way in so that it really matches up and is in line with our other one. So I don't know if you can see that too well. So, you know, it doesn't have to be anything like too crazy. But our goal here is just to kind of stick these ridges inside of the other one. So I hope you can see that. And you'll know because you'll feel it kind of slide over. And we definitely want to take our time here and make sure that each corner is intersecting with each other and that it's, you know, straight. And see how I have a little bit poking out. So I just want to push that down, push it over that way, and just make sure they're all kind of together and secure in there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So we're going to kind of stick them in the grooves there, groove to groove, I guess you could say. And this just gives us a little bit more room at the bottom, but I gather to say we don't even need this bottom strip if we didn't really want it, but I think it just gives us a little bit more room. So let's see. I'm just going to match these up and then I'll put that back in. So there we go. And so when it's all said and done, you will have this part kind of sticking out. So when it's glued, it's going to be like that. And you'll have this bottom piece is going to kind of end up on the top there. So if that's a good way to kind of gauge it, make sure you can see that. So we're just, you know, matching the grooves with the grooves. All right. And I'm going to put this one back in the grooves because it fell out on me. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to just stick a little glue right here so that it stays in place. So just right here in this corner. And, you know, however is comfortable for you to do this step, by all means, you can put them all together at once and then glue them down. Whatever is, you know, comfortable for you. Okay, so that's going to stay there now. So now I can put this back in here. And kind of match my grooves with my other grooves. So let me play with this real quick. Okay, there we go. And now, so that's going to look like that when it's all said and done. And we want to make sure that they're nice and inside of this little pocket thing here. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here. Right on just this top flap right here. So that stays in place. And then now I'm going to just put some glue right under here so I can glue this bottom part to our pocket so that that stays down there. And then I'll take it here and lift it a little bit and stick this one down, making sure that it's in. And we don't want it sticking out too much, you know. So I think we got it now. Actually, this one is kind of funky. So let me see really quick. Yeah, it's still going to be fine when it's all said and done, so I'm going to roll with it. But see, I shouldn't have anything sticking out right here, and I definitely shouldn't have anything sticking out. So I need to take my time with that and do it a little bit better. But for now, I'm just going to cut this part off because it'll be fine. And that bottom is going to be covered up, so we'll be okay. So, you know, definitely take your time with that step and just make sure that each one of these little accordion folds are inside the pocket and kind of lined up. And I'm wondering if I cut that right. Yeah, see, I didn't cut it that right. I kind of cut it like at a little bit of a slant, it looks like. So, okay, but we will be fine. So now we're going to take this whole piece, and actually before we glue it to our this base piece, let's go ahead and what we're going to do is stick some glue right in the middle, in between these little ridges here, in between these mountain folds. Okay, we're just going to put some glue because when it's all said and done, by doing that, our accordion's going to kind of pop up a little bit, and it'll look a lot neater and much more cute when it's all said and done when we glue it down. So we're just going to stick a bead of glue in between these ridges here. So let me show you. Just going to stick some in because we want these to glue together. We don't want the sides to glue together, but we want this kind of to come down a little bit. So now I'm going to push that down. Push all the way down. Let that dry. Okay. And we're going to leave these two sides alone. We don't need to mess with those. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this on. Now, when we glue, we have this little 1/4 inch gusset right here, right? We are going to glue all the way to the top score line here. Okay, so right to that score line. We don't want to go over it because we want to be able to close our little clutch here, or our little folio, whatever. I don't even know what I called it, but we're going to go all the way to that top score line right there, as close as possible to that score line, actually, without going over it. So when we glue, it's going to kind of go like this, okay? And we'll be able to close it just fine, and it'll fit really nicely. So just wanted to let you know where we're going to glue. Okay, so we're just going to put glue on the 3 little panels here. So let's go ahead and do that. And on this side, pretty decent amount, and you can use double-sided tape as well if you want. I just like the glue because it's more forgiving, gives me time to line up everything and stuff. So I'm definitely more of like a glue person. Okay, and so we're going to take it all the way to that top score line without going over it, but definitely close to it. And we want to make sure that it's just lined up like that. And when we fold it, we close it. So I think I can bring mine down just a little bit more. And that looks good for me. I really like it. Okay. So there we go. You can pretty much even go on top of that score line, to be honest, because we want it to be down as far as possible, but just giving us a little wiggle room to close it up. So that's fine. Okay, so now we're done with this part, easy breezy. And now let's do our next part. So now we're gonna do this flap that comes off of it. This flap right here, we're gonna do next. So let's go ahead and grab another 5x4 sheet. So I'm just gonna switch colors really quick here. All right, so 5. By 4. Uh-oh, let me make sure I cut that right. Okay. All right, so that's that sheet. And then we're going to need one strip, and that strip is going to be 1 by 5. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to use this extra piece that we had from earlier. So, but you could use really whatever you want. I think it's going to be covered up anyways. But so actually in that case, I'm going to save this one and do this one. So 5 by 1. And then we're going to score it at 1/2 inch on the 1 inch side, right down the middle there. Ooh. Okay, let's see, get in there. And we're going to fold this over and burnish it. I'm going to give it a good burnishing. There we go. And now we're going to take this sheet, and what we're going to do is we are going to glue. Half of the flap is going to be glued down like this, and then we're going to take this sheet and we're going to glue it on top of our strip like this. So when we glue our sheet right here, we're going to glue it on the front of the strip like this, but see, we still have this little flap here. Okay, so we're going to glue it like that. So we're only going to put glue right here. And this other part of the side of the strip here will be covered up by our pocket. So if you're thinking about that, no worries, I got you covered. All right, and so we just want to make sure that's glued. So now it looks something like this. Okay, and make sure that's lined up nice. And then this one, we're going to put glue right here, and we're going to glue this right on top here. And this gives us the little folding effect so that when it's all said and done, it will flip flat back and forth like that. So let's go ahead and put glue right here. It looks more complicated than it is, but it's really an easy project. All right, and so we're going to just go ahead and stick that right at the bottom. Make sure that it's lined up with our accordion pocket here, and down like that, and lined up on the sides there. And when you have it the way that you want it, and now see, it will flap like that. So that part is done, and we're almost done with it. All right, so now we want our little top of the accordion pocket. So it would be this one right here. So that is 5 by 3. So let's grab a sheet for that. And I think I'm going to use this one to go there. So yeah, I'll do this one. So this is already at 5. I'm going to go down to 3. And this is a good time to put a notch here if you want one. So let me grab that, and I'm just going to eyeball right in the middle, like so. And then this, we're going to glue right here, right on top of that strip. So we're going to go all the way to the score line of that strip without going over it. So like this. So that way we can still close it, but we want it as far down as possible. So we kind of want it sitting right on that score line right there. Okay. So that's where we're going to put it, and we're just going to put glue 3 times around. 1, 2, and 3. So thin bead close to the edge as possible without going over. Okay, and now I'm just going to go right to that score line as close as possible without covering it and without going over it. And before my glue dries, I'm just going to make sure that my flap comes up. It does, so we're good. And boom, now we have our little pocket right here. Okay, and so now let's see, did I do anything for that inside? Oh, I did put an upside down pocket here. So we have a pocket here too that we can do. And I believe that is 5 by like 2.5. So let me just make sure. I didn't write that one down, but I think it's 5 by 2.5. So 5, 2.5. And this one can go right here. And that covers up the other part of that scrap. So yeah, 5 by 2.5 for this pocket. And you can even make it a little shorter. Let me see. I think I want mine a little shorter. I'm going to go 5 by 2.25. I think I like that better. And let me see how it looks if I turn it around. I can kind of make it the same color, and that would be cool. I actually think I would have liked this design here, but for the sake of time, I'll just keep it like this. So let's go ahead and do our notch for the bottom if you want one of those. So in the middle there, we're going to turn it our little upside down pocket, and we are going to go just like that. So in this case, we are going to put glue here, here, and here. One bead across, and then another bead, okay? And we're gonna go upside down, and we're gonna cover that other part of that strip up as well. So we're gonna place it so that it's even the way across, okay? And let's make sure we can come up okay. And I think I'm a little too high, so let me come down a little bit, right to that score line, which I can not really see that well because of my pattern, so I just want to make sure. Okay, yep, and that's perfect. So now we have our pocket here, and we are pretty much done with that part. So let's see, what do we have next? We have our two bottom pockets here. So for those, we are going to need 2 strips that are 5 by 2.5. So let me grab some sheets for those. Let's see. I would rather do another pattern, but I don't know. Let's see. I guess I'll do, I really want to use this pattern again, but I don't think I have any more of that left. So I think I'm just going to grab this one because I just want some more color there. So I'll just do this sheet. So you can really have fun with, you know, exploring different patterns and colors and stuff with this one, because it's just really fun when it all comes together. So I'm just going to get rid of this strip here because it's driving me nuts. Okay, so these are 2.5 by 5, and we need 2 of them. So let me do that. Okay, so 5, 2.5, and then we need another one that's 2.5 by 5. And then what I do here at this step is just put them together and do my notches at the same time, so that way they're, you know, they're even. So I'm going to go ahead and do both my notches at once, eyeballed into the middle. There we go. Bring our little thing back over here, and so we want to do our middle pocket first. So just eyeball it really wherever you want to go. Now keep in mind that you're going to want to stick stuff on the top of there. So that's something to think about when you do it. So kind of like more towards the bottom, like right before you get to the middle, but more towards the bottom. But it's up to you. Just the only rule of thumb is you want to have room to put stuff in. That's pretty much it. But other than that, it's really, you know, up to you wherever you want to put it. Now for this one, because I rounded my corners, this bottom pocket here, I'm just going to go ahead and do that now and round just the bottom. We only need to do that on our bottom pocket, not on this middle one. See, and so that way it's just going to fit right on. Just easier to do it now than later. So, okay, so that looks good. So we'll go ahead and glue this middle one first. So we just need glue here, here, and here. Oh, let me see, how's that? That's kind of cool. I like all the different colors with this, but I don't know if I want that blue. So I'm just going to stick with the original plan. All right, so we're just going to put glue on each side like this. So we don't want glue in the middle or where our notch is. Just on the other 3 sides. Okay, and I'm going to stick that kind of in the middle, a little bit lower than the middle, I guess you could say. And we want it lined up here, right? And there we go. Looks good. And now we're going to go ahead and put glue on our bottom pocket all the way around the bottom. And we will put that one down, and I'm just going to take it all the way to the edge of the bottom. And there we go. And now we have our cute little pockets here. And we have our flip. We have our accordion pocket here. Look how roomy that is. You have so much room inside there. You can just load it with all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so now we want to do our file cards. Like in case you want to put these little file cards in yours too, let me go ahead and give you the measurements for those. So these are 4 3/4 by 3 7/8. So let's go ahead and do those. I'll just use this sheet. So 4 3/4. Okay, 3 7/8. So that's the mark right in between 3 3/4 and 4. The little mark right in between those two. That's 3 7/8. And then we always just want to check it real quick, just to make sure that it fits okay. And it should, but just better safe than sorry. Yep, and it fits just fine. And you may have to, you know, push it and get it in between those ridges down there, and it'll hold really good. So see, now it's right in between those ridges we did at the bottom. So it's really cool. It holds it secure. And so we can put one back here, we can put one in the front or one in the middle, and that like gives you different sections. So that was the goal with that. And find my little ridge, and it'll fit right in there. And I will show you how to do the little tab at the top, the little thing that you pull on, or that you could write if you wanted to, you know, label it or anything like that. Okay, so we have 1 out of 2. So let's do our second one. 4 3/4 by 3 7/8. So let me see. I don't think this one is going to work. We have 4 3/4, but I don't think it's, yeah, it's not long enough. So let me get another sheet. So 4 3/4, 3 7/8. All right, and I like to round the corners all the way around on mine, but you know, it's totally up to you. Let me grab my other one here. Okay, and now we can put our little file tab things at the top. I don't even know what you call them, but those cute little things we put at the top that you can label or put them on each side, however you want. So let's go ahead and make a couple of those. Let me see. I have some already done in my little thing. Let's see. I have a bunch of them that I already cut out. This one I used my my We Are Memory Keepers little puncher tool thing. What do you call it? Oh, here. I use the little mini, it's the mini envelope punch board I used for this one, but then you can also use your little circle punch. So let me show you how to make these really quick, just in case you're not sure. So I believe these would be like 2 inches by 2. Let's do 2 by 2. But of course they could be, you can use the same method that I'm going to show you, could be for any size. Just want it even, like, so now we're going to score it down the middle. So since it's 2 by 2, we're going to score at 1 inch. Okay, we're not going to fold it yet. So if you have the little mini punch board, I'll show you really quick what I did. So I put this line right here, the score line in the middle, I put right in the middle of the little hole there. So let me show you. You kind of eyeball it to be right in the middle. So this little hole right here. And so we want this score line to be in the middle of it, and then we just punch. And then we turn it around and do the same thing, eyeballing right into the middle and punch. And see, so now we have our little thing. And this is longer than I like, so I'm going to cut some off. And I think it'd be cute to use decorative scissors here too, but, and if you have a little bit of overage here, like you can cut that. So I see a little bit sticking out there. I'm going to cut that off. And so that's just one quick way to do it if you have this little puncher. And then I'm going to turn it inside out so it has a little bit of contrast here. And then it would go on there wherever I want it, like so, you know. So another way you can do it is, and let me see, did I put the measurements of those? I don't think I did. I don't remember. So let me see. I think I'll do 3 by 2. Let's try that. 3 by 2. We're going to score it right down the middle on the 2-inch side at 1. Okay. This way we'll fold it in half for this method. And then what we can do, if you have a little hole punch, you would take your hole punch and you kind of focus on this little corner here. And let me see if you could see that. And we're just, where the little triangle kind of sticks out, you just kind of punch. like that. And see, it gives you that little ridge. And then you do the same thing on this side, or on this side, I should say. And to be honest with you, mine don't always, they're not always even. So I just kind of play with it on each side to have it the way you want it. And that one looks pretty good. And so then we can put it on like that. And this is a little longer, so I think I will cut some off. And I think I like it like that size. So what was this size? Let's see. This is like 1.5 by 3. And then looks like it would be scored at 3/4 of an inch if you did that one. So you really can't go wrong with these. They're just fun, cute little guys. But there's a couple tips if you didn't know how to make these or just wanted other ideas. So, and then this is long, huh? I don't think I want it this long, guys. Let me see. I'm gonna take some off and do this again. Let's see. There, much better. I like this one. So in case you like this size too, this one is about 1.5 by 2. So that would be the size of this little one. So now we can just glue these on our little file cards. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this side and glue on this side, and I go like this, and I like to line it up right where that edge is. See that edge right before that little half moon circle thing there? I just like it to go straight across like that. And so that's kind of how I line mine up. So it'd be something like that. And there we go. And now we have that. So you would do that to both, however you want to do your little tabs. Let me grab another color of these I had already done. I think I'm going to just go with another color and just put glue on this one. And since that's on that side, I think I'll go on this side. Like that. Okay, and now we have our little file cards that can go in here. There we go. And I have one at the top. So I have one at the top and one at the bottom. And oh, that's why. Okay. There we go. See, and it's something like that. And you can even, you have like 3 little valleys there. So you could, put 3 or 1, however you want to section it off, if you want to put them at all. But I think that's so cute. I just love that. All right, so now all we need is to do our lid and our little closure thing here. If you want to use that, I just used a brad. So if you do want to do it, we would do this brad little thing here before putting our lid, so that our lid's going to cover it up on the back. Okay, so you would grab a brad, or you could possibly even well, no, I don't think glue would work. We want it to turn around and have that swing out feature. So some things to keep an eye on when you are doing this step. You do have your little file tab things up here, so be careful of that when you're putting it in. If you bring it up higher, it needs to be longer so that it actually holds this down. Okay, and then, but if you bring it in farther down, it may interfere with these file cards. So just be careful with that. So mine, I'll show you on my original one. This one is right here. To get it into that little ridge there to secure it in. I'm gonna put it right in this middle one here, just so that you guys could see what I mean here. Where's my other little file card? I'll just take one from the new album, and I'll put it on this side, and I'll put it over here. So swing it back out. So you see what I mean here? You just want to keep an eye when you're doing it. This one is a little bigger, the one I just made with you. So I would need to keep an eye on that when I'm putting my little swing thingy here. Okay, so just keep an eye on as far as where you put it on that, depending on how large your tab, the top of your tabs are and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and make ours. So I just eyeballed it right in the middle. Decide, where you want it. Play with it depending on how you like your little file cards. And then you can use your hole punch or a little pokey tool, whichever one's easier for you. And so that's just really easy. You just poke your hole where you want it. And let's see, I think I'm gonna put mine a little higher this time. And you can use like ephemera. You can do like me. I just used my scallop punch and then just decorated it. So it's just really up to you. I hope that's in the middle because I'm totally eyeballing this. Okay, I think that's pretty close. And so let me grab this one. No, I actually can't. Do I have my, oh, I do have some brads nearby. They're not the decorative ones, but they'll work to show you guys. So then I just take my brad and you get, you know, something that you want to use as a closure, and even like cutout parts from your paper pad, or, you know, you could really use anything. You can make something. Like mine originally was like this long thing right here that I was going to put on top, and I forgot why I changed my mind, but let's, so then you would just poke a hole here. See how the higher it is, the longer this should be to hold it down, just to show you. So let me punch a hole here, and hopefully I'm going to do it in the middle. Let's see. I'll put this through here. Let's say this is a cute piece of ephemera or something, which I think is the key. I couldn't find anything with the time that I had when making this project, because I really wanted to use like a cute piece of ephemera or something to hold this down to put my brad in, but I just didn't see anything, and I was running out of time. So, 'cause most of my colors aren't really this bright for the stuff I've bought lately. So see, and it would just go in like that, and then we close it up like that. And even something like that, as simple as that, is cute. And I would just like round the corners maybe, and then just like embellish and decorate this little area. You know, you could really use anything. It's totally up to you. Just wanted to give you a couple ideas. But I'm going to go ahead and round my corners. And have it like that. And another thing to keep an eye on is when you do swing it around, just make sure that it doesn't go too low. So you do want to test it before putting on your lid, because we're not married or committed yet until we paste that lid on. So just, you know, give it a test first. Make sure that it's not too low, that when you turn it, you can't pull this part out, if that makes sense. So see right here, we're perfect because we can still pull out, and it's long enough that it will hold everything in place. And now I can just like decorate and play with it and do stuff like that. So I hope that helps for that part. And you really don't have to have one at all if you don't want it. And so I'm just going to close this up like this. All right, and now let's do our lid. So for that, we would need a 4x2 if you just wanted to do kind of like a clutch style. So let's just say you only wanted to do a lid that's like this. This is a 4x2 strip, okay? And then I will also give you the measurements in case you want to do this lid. I ended up doing both for some reason. So the lid, let's do both of them quick so I can do it with you. So 4x2 for, like, I'll call it the clutch closed lid. 4x2, and you don't have to, you know, have the exact same measurements. You might want yours to be wider or thinner, or, you know, wherever your imagination takes you. And then all I did was, when I close it, I just kind of eyeball it here as far as where I want to glue. So let's say I like it there, maybe I want it shorter, maybe I want it longer, you know? And so you can kind of do that. And then I just kind of press down when I have it where I like it. I just kind of press there like that. And that's it. And then I just glue the back. So let's do the lid part though, in case you want to do a lid first. So I'll put that aside. And the lid would be 3x5. So let's do that. Let's see what I want for the lid. I think, would this be, no, this is, well, no, almost, no, it's not 5, so I need it to definitely be 5 across. So I'm just going to use this sheet here. So what did we say that was? 3x5? Okay, so 3x5. Okay, and then we're going to score it at 1.5 and 1 3/4 inch on the 3-inch side, I think it is. So take it to the 3-inch side, and we're going to score it 1.5. and 1 3/4. So it gives us a little 1/4 inch gusset there, which helps in case you want to, you know, pack yours with stuff. You have room in it. And I'll just burnish that really good and see how we have like that little 1/4 inch right there. And then we would go ahead and round our corners if you want to. We'll bring over our little folio album here, and we just go like that, and it fits perfectly right on top like so. And with mine, what I did was I cut like a little, I think it was like a, I'd say about a 1/4 inch strip I did to kind of like go across to decorate the border right here. So that's all I did. So if you want an idea with that, I think it's like 5 by, I'll just go a 1/2 in case, because I can't remember if it's a 1/2 or a 1/4. It might be a 1/2. And then I'm going to round the corner here, just like I did with the other one, just so in case you want a little decorative strip at the bottom of your lid. And that's what I did. And so, see, and then that goes there. So you might want to put another little color or something, which is really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there. Oh, my glue has officially left the building. It is dry now on me. Let me see if that works. Yep, okay. Yay. All right, and I'm just going to put this little decorative strip here. Make sure it matches on both sides. Okay, and then I can go ahead and put this up here. And so this is great because as you fill up your accordion pocket with stuff and fill up the pockets all the way around, you're going to have plenty of room, and it's great that way. Oh, I just love this. It's so cute. All right, so that's that way. So let's go ahead and put our lid, and that will cover up our little brad back here as well. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can round these corners as well if you want to. You could even put a pocket in the back, which would be the same exact size as our bottom pockets right here. I'm almost positive they are. So let's say you want a pocket back here. I believe they would be the same size as these pockets, which is 2.5 by 5. So if you're feeling adventurous there, you definitely can do that. Because sometimes I will go pocket crazy. So if you're like me, you might want to put one back there for sure. So let me get this brad down here. Okay. And we just want to glue it up to that first score line of our 1/4 inch gusset, but not past it and not on it, because we definitely want this to be able to fold over like that. So the glue, it kind of is going to go up to the score line. I think you can see it right here, but it's not on the score line. It's right up to it, okay? Right up to it, but not past. Just make sure it's straight all the way and that it's even right here with both sides. And there we go. Now we have us a cute little lid. And then we have this other one that we did, which I'm going to turn this around this way now. And I can put this one right on top of it if I want. And I can even, you know, put another color here, you know, a totally different color like I did with this one, and decorate it, or really whatever you want to do. Or you can have it off all together, and you can, you know, do another little brad here as a closure. You could poke a hole here and do some string, or really whatever you want to do to finish that up. So that is totally up to you, however you're feeling. So and then this is my front, so I would go something like that, and that would be totally cute. And I would just tape the back, and then on mine I put that little foam dot there, and that closed it. I didn't even glue the front to the lid, so I just, see, they're not even glued together. I just put my little foam dot there, left them hanging out like that, and then just closed it like so. So that is it, guys. We're all done. So I hope you had fun. We have really cute little project here with tons of little pockets. We have a little interaction here. This one folds down. We've got this pocket, this pocket. We've got some file cards in here. We've got our accordion pocket. So this is just such a cool little fun project, and it is great for happy mail and stuff too. All right, guys, so thanks for hanging out with me today. I had so much fun crafting with you. I always do. So now I got to go come up with something else so that we can hang out again soon. So I'll check you guys out in our next video, and happy crafting. Bye for now, everyone.